Good morning, everyone. I'm Annie Yu, live in the newsroom. We are working a very serious story in Fairfax County right now.
Annie, what happened last night? Good morning.
A lot happened last night, and a lot of people still talking about this morning. The hoverboard is the hottest toy of the holiday gift list this year, but buyers beware. This is the man, take a good look, that officials say deliberately took down that plane. Good morning and welcome to Fox 5 News Morning on this Sunday. I'm Annie Yu. Thousands of wreaths will be placed on headstones of nation's veterans today at Arlington National Cemetery. The 31 years that you've been doing this, is there a moment that you can look back on and that really stuck with you till this day? Guy, he's a diehard Browns fan. Look, I don't think there's anything wrong with Johnny Manziel having a good time with his friends. He's human. He's allowed to do that. He was on a bye week. But I do see issues with him lying and then getting other people involved.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very juvenile behavior.
Very much so.
The latest attack, once again, prompting new concerns about terrorism, ISIS supporters here in the U.S., and also reigniting the gun control debate. And you're going to be tackling all this by going straight to the top today. There are reports that the evidence and findings will now be turned over to the state's attorney. But when students start filing in, they will be greeted with this sight here, National Guard troops standing by. They ran across this street here from that direction into this building. It's 300 M Street. You know, we're only about a month in since this marijuana law went into effect, and here we are talking about this groundbreaking event of seed sharing. This is a very serious crash that happened early this Christmas morning. I'm going to get out of the way so you can take a closer look here. As you mentioned, this is the southbound lanes of the inner loop just before Branch Avenue. We're doing great, Scott. Thank you. And I know you can't see, but we have a very special guest today. Tucker Barnes is joining us. Caitlin has a day off. So Tucker,
yes,
we're going to talk football. He's rooting for the Redskins, right? Next, looking sharp and shopping local. We're going to introduce you to one local designer that makes it easy to do both at the same time. All right, but first we're talking with Chris Wallace this morning about what's coming up today on Fox News Sunday right after our show. We welcome Chris to the show. Good morning, Chris. Get ready, Caitlin.
Well, I mean, it's from the comfort of your own couch or your home office or whatever.
But see, some people like to try things on. But here's my thing. Just order everything and then just send back whatever doesn't fit.
I know.
Fox 5's Annie Yu has been out in Springfield all morning long talking with shoppers and hunting for the best deals ever on this day. Good morning to you, Annie.
She's still in that gentleman's tent. Not your tent.
I'm marinating.
Yeah.
I made new friends. So we have Steven, and we're adding to the group. We got Chuck and Ahmed. Technically, because they want me to say technically, everyone is 1, 2, 3. No one's cutting in line. We can't have a game today with the Chicago Bears without talking about deep dish pizza, which originates in Chicago.
Deep dish, my favorite type of pizza because it's really good for the winter.
I gotta tell you, Steve, what is up with this? They're nuts. From Pittsburgh, driving without windows. I have to admit, I have an artificial tree. And it's because I live in a bubble.
Don't feel bad about that, Annie.
I don't want to fire. I don't want to take care of it. It's a headache.
Yeah.
So no one knows the difference. And ours has, it's kind of tacky, but the artificial pine cones on it too.
Annie's been up there for 3 days now. She joins us now with the very latest. Annie?
Hey, good morning to all of you. You know, we've had a lot of developments in this case over the past few days here. We understand that the chief prosecutor, Marilyn Mosby, is going to be addressing the media in just a few moments right here across the street at the War Memorial. Just to kind of give you some perspective, we're in front of the City Hall location. Behind me, you can see that the presence has really picked up. We've been out here since the 4 o'clock morning. Before, we didn't really see much of a presence, but now you can see that police have geared up in their riot gear and are lined across this intersection. As you mentioned, many hit the streets yesterday as well. Overall, it was relatively quiet and peaceful, and that's the message that leaders are really sending out to people is that, you know, we want to keep this peaceful. We do know that they made a few arrests after a few scuffles. One man was detained when he walked up to the police line and began yelling at officers for several minutes, but nothing major out of it. As people continue to demand for answers, we have new details to this already sort of confusing picture of what happened on April 12th, the day Freddie Gray was arrested. Police say that we now know the van transporting Gray made an additional stop that was previously unknown. That means now a total of 4 stops were made before arriving to the police station, and we understand it was about a 40-minute ride. Police did not reveal, however, why they did not know about this stop before. They say it was discovered through private cameras and CCTV cameras. Obviously, this raises a lot more questions, including whether the driver of the van tried to conceal the second stop for some reason. What we do know for sure picture here is that the van arrived at the police station. EMS was called to transport Gray to the hospital, where sadly he died a week later with spinal injuries. We don't know yet what caused those injuries to his spine. The police department has officially wrapped up its investigation, and they've handed the evidence and everything to the state's attorney. And so hopefully we will learn more during this press conference here. But ultimately, the fate of those 6 officers involved are in the hands of Marilyn Mosby. It's a big decision. The world is watching. And, you know, she's 35, been in the position for 4 months now. She's received some criticism, but we know that there's the big background to her. And I encourage you to log on to our website, myfoxdc.com, to learn more about who Marilyn Mosby is. Meantime, the curfew will go into effect at 10 p.m. tonight, and it's lifted at 5 a.m. That will go on for several days. Live in Baltimore, Annie Yu, Fox 5 Local News. All right, Paul Wagner, thank you so much. And I know you'll stay on top of this. Be sure to check our website, Fox 5 DC, as well as our Twitter at Fox 5 News DC for the very latest. Again, 9:40 this morning, just about an hour ago, a fire broke out in the chemistry lab at Woodson High School there on Main Street in Fairfax. And as a result, 6 people suffering burns. We don't know how severe the teacher's injuries are, but we understand that teacher is on scene at the school. 2 have life-threatening injuries. They have been flown to a nearby burn center, and 3 remain in serious conditions. Certainly, we are hoping for the best here in all situations. Meantime, the school has been evacuated. That is the very latest. Again, be sure to check our website, Fox 5 DC, for updates throughout the day. We'll bring you the very latest with team coverage at 5 o'clock tonight.
We got to do it professionally, because we're tossing out to the diva herself, Annie, who's in Fairfax, who has been having too much fun. I got to tell you, Annie, your attitude today has been phenomenal. You are making the most of what could be a horrible situation. So we thank you for bringing just a breath of fresh air to this coverage all day long. And she didn't hear a word.
Every time the snow hits it. Ladies, it is a mess out here, and in the last hour or so, we have not seen, I mentioned this in my last hit, we haven't seen many cars, so that's good. People are listening, and they're staying home, and they're enjoying their families and the food and everything. So keep marinating at home where it's nice and safe, but the Exxon here along Route 50 remains open. This guy has plowed his lot, I'm telling you, like 50 times today. He's got the best lot in town, but people have been coming here to gas up, like their snow blowers and the snow plowers and things like that. So I've always wanted to do this. I haven't done this since I was a kid, like since I was probably 8 years old, because I wasn't very adventurous. But you know what? What the hey? We're gonna do it. I'm gonna listen to what you guys are asking for, and everyone's been asking me to do a snow angel. So here we go. Mike said, "Be careful, Annie." Right? Okay. Whoa! My gosh, this is deep. Look at this. This is deep, people.
Oh boy.
Right, hold on.
Be careful,
goodness.
Annie.
Able to find you when
Mike,
you're done?
I may have to put this down. Oh gosh.
Oh, wait a minute.
I know.
Where are you going? Don't go to
I
the
know.
road.
Poor girl. Oh no. Oh no.
Don't shoot my vest.
Anchor down.
Okay.
Anchor
Here we
down.
go. Go, Annie.
Oh, good.
Yay!
Bravo. Bravo.
To be a kid again. Okay, now
Wonderful.
that's
Now,
right.
can she get back up? Uh-oh.
Good. Okay.
Annie, you're a trooper. Thank
My
you.
snow angel needs a little work.
No,
All
it's
right.
beautiful.
Take a picture of it when it's perfection,
Right.
and we'll okay.
But she'll be fine.
We'll retweet it.
It's cardio.
All right.
No cardio.
Bye.
Thank you, Annie. Okay.